My name is Jesse Freeman. My current company is True Blue Motorsports. I've been designing custom automotive parts for niche cars, mainly domestic, GM, Ford, etc. I progressed from making your basic plastic parts to exhaust systems and now the latest electronic modules. Each one was a learning lesson in terms of design, materials, how to put it together per part, where it's going to be made, so forth and so on. My aha moment came last year from my co-founder, who is currently wrapping up his National Guard OCS training, so he couldn't attend, in which I optimistically applied to a cross-country race tour for one of my trucks, stating that it had X level of components already in it. To my surprise, I was accepted, and I was told, be in California in 45 days with all these modifications that either didn't exist or I hadn't gotten yet. Thankfully, my co-founder and I, for 3D Forms and Function, found people to make the parts, install the parts, tune the parts, calibrate the parts, and I was able to drive across country with my family, my mother and father at this point, because I'm not married. Not a problem, not a breakdown, nothing. Parts that didn't exist. With that, we had our aha moment. Everyone, as all of you out here, and those of you who are really dedicated to electronic programming, take products, tangible things for granted. We can outsource it. Somebody sooner or later will figure out design. I'm that person, okay? It's very different to think of, oh, it's a computer, it does it, it's plastic, it's this. Your circuit board designs, how hot is it going to get? Once you contain it into this area, will it melt? Will it shift? Excuse me, will it shift? Will it break? You need to know all of these things, okay? And if you spend X amount of your investors' money and time just to prove your concept, you can end up doubling that for the further part of getting a tangible product, let alone flushing money down the toilet if you go to the wrong supplier who's charging you too much and or not able to deliver your part on time. So it's a very, very key thing that you need to have that person or team within your organization from the beginning. My ask originally when I came here was to find seed funding for the $250,000 budget we needed. I found even better things thanks to Taylor, Dave, and all of you guys who've just been able to brainstorm with me. My ask now is just to remember us, True Blue Motorsports as well, because it's a proof of concept, in which we want to move that into a mobile unit, and in which we can come to your office. The takeaway work in progress slogan we have is, true personal touch starts with a real person. So while we can upload and do everything virtually, you need to have that interaction as we did today. Someone who is going to sit down with you, tell you pitfalls and all the other things you're going to run into when you transition, for those of you who do have tangible products. Thank you. Questions? All right. Oh, one back, another one. Go.
Are you using 3D stereolithography?
Among other things. There are several forms of technology to use. The 3D printing is expanding. It's getting cheaper, but you have to understand you can either build a product layer-wise up, or you can cut it down, or you can do the traditional make a mold and inject it. It's going to always depend on knowing what the application is that it's going for. So, I had another one over here. Yes.
I was going to ask you what the turnaround time is on getting your parts, and how you're going to. You were telling me it was going to be a very fast process, and what kind of.
Well, the turnaround, I'll address that.
There you go, go ahead.
Again, that's where the personal consulting comes. You can upload your file, assuming you have an engineer who puts it in the proper format for whatever manufacturer you may blindly pull out of the phone book or be referred to. But generally, you can make almost anything within 24 hours. Metal, plastic, glass, doesn't matter. If you're talking mechanical components, obviously electronic components have a mixed issue. But mechanical components, because they may mesh and wear against each other and be brittle, may take a little longer. But generally, if you want to expedite, I can come to your place, scan whatever you want, manipulate it in the computer, and 24 hours later, you will have something you can touch, feel, show, put in front of the board, put on the wall, whatever you want. That's how quick the technology is now, if you know how to tap into that. Anything else? Thank you.